Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Good morning from Los Angeles, California. It's a beautiful, another gorgeous day in sunny Cal. It's like, I was thinking about it. The worst weather we have in Southern Cal is still the best. I remember taking some time when my son was finishing high school and going around the country and thinking I wanted to live in a city because I'd never lived in a city, and I wanted to finish my doctorate in divinity and all this stuff. And I looked at a few different cities, and bottom line is California, as crazy as it is, as insane as the traffic, as all that stuff, we have the best weather. I'm sorry, but I'm just giving gratitude towards that today. So today's title is called Life is the Ultimate Mirror of Your Consciousness. And I think the thing when we think about this, because I just have this cool vision of imagining life just reflecting back to me, my consciousness. And it's like a game that we're playing, like almost in a matrix here. And I also think that people don't realize what your consciousness is. People go, well, my consciousness can't create all of life. Well, I think that we first have to define what your consciousness is. So number one is that your consciousness is not just your individual consciousness. Your consciousness is the collective consciousness. It's your individual use of universal law, it's collective consciousness, and it's cosmic consciousness. You are literally connected to all of life, and science is definitely proving that. So the universe, you have to get that the universe is listening to you right now. No words need to be spoken. It listens to your energy, vibration, frequency. It hears your heart, beliefs, and feelings. It communicates with you 24/7, 365 days a year, every second, for all eternity. You are the unique individual, and you are the creator, the matter, the energy of this magnificent and connected life force. And so the universe is taking your order. Like, what would you like to have? Like, imagine it just comes to you right now. It's like, okay, what would you like to order up today? It's like, well, what would you like to experience? What would you like to be? But be aware the universe doesn't know the future from the past. It doesn't know the difference between rich or poor, smart or foolish, charismatic or dull. It doesn't know good from evil or right from wrong. It's neutral. So focusing on right here and right now, it just literally says yes. So if you're like, oh, this day is crappy, it's like, and so it is. You're like, one day I will. It's like, okay, one day, not now. It just listens. It listens to every single belief that you have. And it doesn't believe just what your mind chatter or, the things that come out of your mouth per se. It believes what you actually believe, right? So if you really are saying like, oh, I'm so positive, it's such a pretty day, but at the core, you're like, life sucks, this is hard. That's what it's believing. That's what it's hearing. Okay. That's what it's responding to. And your subconscious mind is connected with subjective mind. So imagine that all of life is literally this mirror. The universe, your higher self, the part of you, the extension of you, is working 100% of the time. It doesn't place favorites. It doesn't know $1 from $1 billion. It doesn't know that. It just reflects back from your vibration, your thoughts, your beliefs, delivering exactly what you are informing it. Okay. So the universe can serve your higher purpose. It can also serve your worst nightmares, right? It just responds. That's all it does. So you have to remember that the extent to which your consciousness is limited or expanded is the extent to which you will experience feeling divided or divine. My voice is still a little bit tweaked, you guys. Sorry. I feel 100% back, but my voice is still having the residual effect of this thing called the flu. So, if you look at science or history, philosophy, all the great things they will all support this concept. Okay. So obviously Socrates taught the mind is everything. Plato reinforced this notion, declaring it, if we can change our reality, we change it by our mind, that everything is from our thoughts, that it really is from the soul. That's what we teach in spirituality. That's what cognitive therapy is actually coming to. Like, if you have not heard this concept, wake up. I mean, where have you been? It's 2018 almost, right? So consciousness, discards notion, think before I am, which implies that the mind is separate from the body, but realizing that there's not duality. It's one and the same, that our minds are You can't say that if you believe in duality, you don't believe in oneness, you don't believe that there is this, this energetic force that we are, right? So what comes first? The question is the chicken or the egg. So is your life really happening and then you respond to it? Or is it consciousness, is it creating your reality? And that's something that you either believe or you don't believe in. It's okay. Either way, it's like not believing in gravity. It's still there. I hate to break the news to you, but right? So, there's been so many experiences. Like Dr. William Tiller conducted an experiment with advanced meditators and basically had them use these devices and began to raise the pH of water. So this is being proven over and over again, that the power of the mind, the power of life. So I'm going to invite you today, you guys. I'm inviting you to go into life today and imagine that enlightenment can't be taught. It must be experienced, right? I can tell you all day long that life is a mirror of your consciousness, but until you go out and experience it, it's not going to be reality for you. So begin to observe. This is the challenge of the day, the game of the day, okay? Begin to observe the possibility that all of life is the outpicturing and the co-incidence of your individual consciousness, collective consciousness, and cosmic consciousness. Focus on 3 things today. I invite you to focus on 3 things today and see the miracle of each experience, whether it be a lesson or a blessing. So begin to co-create with the universe and have fun playing this divine game of life, right? That's what it's all about. So today's law, because each day we know that we have to wake up, see how our consciousness is creating everything. Then we have to, number 2, we have to, reprogram. We have to let go of the limiting beliefs. We do that through meditation, through, subconscious work, through affirmative prayer, through knowing the truth. And then number 3 is we have to align. We have to align with universal law, align with Mother Nature, and then we have to affirm every day over and over again. So right now, today's universal law, we align with the law of non-attachment. So this universal law is set into motion the moment you attach a positive or negative meaning to something that occurs or does not occur, which is the belief that the physical realm is more powerful than the creative power within. In order to have anything in life, you have to free yourself mentally from attachment to it. You are not that. You are so much more powerful than anything going on in this life. Nothing in the physical realm is permanent. Nothing. This body's not permanent. Your relationships, like the actual physical relationship, is not permanent. Relationships with spiritual beings is permanent. It may change form, but relationship and love is permanent. That's the truth. But everything, money, material objects, the circumstances, the way we have our relationships in this life, they're not permanent. It is only the mental equivalent of what's going on within consciousness. Becoming neutral is the key to directing law. So today's practice, I invite you to, begin to visualize that all of this is going to be gone. The house you're in, the car you're in, the clothes you're in, the circumstance of the conditions you're in, physically and relationship-wise and money and career-wise, all goes. Guess what? That is impermanent. What's permanent is the truth of who you are, the core of who you are, the spirit being that you are. What's true is the relationships that are eternal, that don't have the form and don't have the identity and don't have the titles that they have. That's permanent. So as you go through today, I invite you to look at life and begin to see it as the mirror. You're here to advance your consciousness. That's all you're here for. You're here to love. You're here to grow. You're here to experience the full spectrum of this relative experience. That's all. These things are not permanent. These wars are not permanent. You're here to be the best version of yourself and realize the God and the goddess that you already are. And so I know in this truth that life is a mirror. That is really the ability to play this divine game, the ultimate game that we've created for ourselves. And so as you go to this day, knowing the mirror is really a mirror for you to love yourself, love life, and do the best you can do with your use of energy. There's a power for good in this universe, and it's you. It's spirit, love, divine, God. God, I love saying those words. So fun. So on that note, breathing together, knowing this is a perfect day, the divine day, all there is right here and right now. There is no such thing as the past, the future. There's only the pictures that we associated with it, we created. That's not us. And so you can find me, you guys, at erinfalhaskell.com. You can download my free app, 30 guided meditations, all the interviews, all that fun stuff at drerin.tv. And you can check me out at Good Morning La La Land and Dr. Erin Show across the board. Social media, I'm Dr. Erin. Good Morning La La Land, you can find it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all under Good Morning La La Land. It's really, really hard and complex, I know. And then Dr. Erin Show, we are kind of segmenting that into the Good Morning Show now. We're focusing more on dating, love, and relationships and the metaphysics of relationships. I love that conversation. So much fun. And so today, you guys, I honor you. I love you. And knowing that you are the power. So may you live your truth.